What happens when a beloved actress completely loses control on live television, revealing a side of herself no one saw coming? This was supposed to be just another late-night appearance, a routine, light-hearted, promotional. Anna Kendrick was on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert to talk about her latest feel-good family film, a movie tracking to be a box office hit. Everything seemed normal as she walked onto the stage at the Ed Sullivan Theatre, smiling and waving to the audience, who erupted in applause. Stephen Colbert greeted her with his signature warmth. "Anna Kendrick, everybody," he announced. "Thanks for having me, Stephen," she replied, but something in her tone was off. A subtle tension hung in her voice. Colbert opened with casual banter. How was her flight? How she liked New York, but Anna's responses were unusually clipped. Her signature charm and energy were missing. Most of the audience didn't notice right away, but those watching closely could tell us something was wrong. Then the conversation turned to the movie. "This looks like a heartwarming story about family and finding your place in the world," Colbert said, holding up the promo poster. Anna's smile faded. "Yeah, it's about family, all right." Her tone had a sharp edge. Trying to move forward, Colbert continued, "Tell us about your character." "She's dealing with complicated family dynamics." Anna crossed her arms. "Complicated? That's one word. Or maybe it's just normal. Secrets, less so everyone tells them to get by. Right, Stephen?" The air in the room shifted. The audience grew still. Colbert chuckled nervously, trying to diffuse the tension. "I think most families have challenges," he offered. "But the movie handles it with heart and humor." "Heart and humor," Anna repeated, laughing coldly. "Sure. Because that sells tickets. People love a pretty lie with a tidy ending." Now the tension was unmistakable. The audience sensed it. So did the crew. Colbert attempted to steer things back. "The film also explores forgiveness and second chances." "Was that something that drew you in?" Anna's eyes narrowed. "Forgiveness? That's interesting. Who decides who deserves it? What about the people who don't get second chances? The ones who get destroyed while others get to move on?" Colbert paused. "I'm not sure I follow." "Of course you don't," Anna snapped. "No one does until it happens to them." The crowd was completely silent. This wasn't the Anna Kendrick they knew. Something had cracked open. Colbert tried gently. "Anna, is everything okay? We can take a break." She laughed again. "No, let's not take a break. Let's talk about something real for once." She waved dismissively at the movie poster. "You want to know what this film is really about? It's about how some people get to rewrite their past while others are stuck living with the consequences forever." The producers, sensing drama, signaled the camera crew to keep rolling. Colbert tried again. "Maybe we should. You think I should sit here, smile, say my lines, and pretend everything's great? Just be grateful I got invited." She stood suddenly, knocking over her water glass. The crash rang through the room. "You know the real problem? People like you, Stephen. People who just go along with it. Who never ask the hard questions. Who never hold anyone accountable." Colbert was visibly shaken. "I don't know what this is about, Beauty. It's not about you," she snapped. "It's about a broken system. A system that protects people who don't deserve protection." Security moved in closer. The audience was unsure. Was this a publicity stunt or something real unraveling in front of them? Anna's voice grew louder. "You want to know what's funny? I respected you. I thought you were different. But you're just another part of the machine. You book whoever brings ratings. You keep things light. You play it safe." Colbert tried to maintain control. "I treat all my guests with respect." "And that's the problem," she cut in. "You treat everyone the same, even those who've caused real harm." Colbert's jaw clenched. "You don't know what considerations go into booking guests." "Considerations?" Anna mocked. "What kind of considerations justify giving a platform to someone who's hurt others and never been held accountable?" She was pacing now, voice rising. "You had a guest last month, gave him a standing ovation, a comeback story. But no one talked about what he actually did, what it cost other people." Colbert said, "I'm sorry, I really don't know." "Of course you don't, because for you, it was just another night. But for us, it was betrayal." Now standing center stage, Anna turned toward the cameras. You want to know what's complicated? Watching someone who hurt you get a second chance while you get labeled a difficult for speaking up. That's complicated. Her hands trembled, her voice cracked, but she pressed on. I thought if I just kept quiet, stayed professional, things would change. But they don't. Not in this industry. Colbert took a breath. Anna, I really think we should take it off camera? She interrupted. Of course. That's where all the real decisions get made, right? She stared into the camera. This industry rewards silence. It rewards loyalty to power, and it punishes truth tellers. That's what no one wants to admit. Colbert was desperate now. I understand you're upset, but this isn't the place. See a number. It never is it? There's never a right time. There's always an excuse to look the other way. He tried again. What do you want from me? I want you to stop pretending like your choices don't matter. Every time you give someone a platform, you're making a statement. I want you to admit that sometimes being a good host means saying number. Colbert's face was flushed. That's not fair. No, she said. What's not fair is you pretending you're neutral when you're part of the problem. He stood from his desk. You're out of line. Finally, she shouted. Yes, sir, I'm out of line. Because I'm done pretending. I'm done smiling. I'm done playing along. Security stepped closer. Audience members looked around nervously. Colbert's voice was firm now. Anna, you need to leave. I will, she said, grabbing her purse. Not because you told me to, but because I can't stand being in the same room with someone who represents everything wrong with this business. She walked to the edge of the stage, paused, and turned. You know what's really sad? Your audience deserves better. They deserve someone who stands for something, not someone who just goes along. And with that, she was gone, leaving behind silence, confusion, and a visibly rattled host standing alone at his desk. The cameras kept rolling. No one knew what to say. No one knew what had just happened. And just like that, one of the most unexpected and intense celebrity moments in recent memory came to a dramatic, haunting close. What do you think really caused Anna Kendrick to break down so publicly? Was the truth to her accusations? Or was this personal pain spilling out at the wrong time? Let us know in the comments. And stay tuned, there's always more to the story.